Greetings everyone. Our hike today here in the Chugach State Park, I'm not sure has an official name, so for lack of a better term, I'm just going to call it the Long Lake Loop. It's about 19 miles long and utilizes other trails to help complete the loop. After completing this hike, I realized the better route around this loop would actually be the inverse direction that I took, which is basically starting either at Prospect or Basher, head up near Point, and then on your way to Long Lake. My route in this video starts at Prospect, heads up Middle Forks Trail, and then on to Williwaw Lakes. I'll display a map at the end of the video, taking what I think is the preferred route. A couple points of interest. From the Prospect Heights entrance to this trail, coming up to Middle Forks Trail, there's a lot of grass, and if you get an early start in the morning, you can expect a great deal of dew sitting on that, and it will transfer to your clothes, and you'll be completely soaked from the waist down by the time you go ahead and reach the junction of the Williwaw Lakes Trail, which is right about where I'm at right now. This is the first Williwaw Lake, looking back towards where we just came from. Somewhere, and eventually, you'll have to cross this creek so that you can work your way up towards the pass in the back. From this point, and for most of the rest of the trip, you will find sections where there is no trail. Well, this is just a really neat place up here. Not quite back to that upper back lake. It's just over that rise, I think. I think that's the saddle that we go over right there to drop down into Long Lake. We are at the very, very back lake, up above Williwaw area, and it's pretty awesome back here. Well, this is one of those talking head commentaries where I try to tell you that it's beautiful up here, but I got a feeling You're just not going to get the gist of that unless you come up here. Sorry if my hand is jiggling a little bit. That right there is what I have to go up. That's the final bit of the pass before I think it drops down into Long Lake. It's supposed to be a steep scree pile on the other side of that, so, and it's kind of long, but yeah, we'll check it out and see what it looks like. It almost looks like it's snowing up here, but it's not cold. It's kind of weird. It's just moisture falling out of the air. Gosh, it's awesome. I just want to sit here for a couple hours, but I don't have that kind of time because I do indeed have to make the miles in order to get out tonight, or somebody's going to call search and rescue. This is awesome. Okay, up above Hidden Lake, and yes, this scree pile is extremely steep. See if we can figure out how to get down there. Another lake in the back. And the hillside across the way. Okay, I got some work to do. So I'm taking the easy way down, all the way up against the back end here. There's a few more lakes. And if you get up there, then you can go down this slope here, down to another low lake, and then just keep going on down the valley and pass Long Lake on the left-hand side. So way up there is where I was standing and where it looked like I might have had to come down, but kept looking, and at the back end there is a trail that just goes up against the back end of the mountain, and yeah, no problem getting out. Awesome. I heard the trail conditions are very, very good on the way out, so it's going to be a great day. There's Long Lake. And I just can't swallow enough of this scenery up here. This is just amazing. So what do you think? Would this make a nice looking carpet? The tapestry of colors in here is just really impressive. Looks like this whole hillside's covered with loofah. There is a trail that will take you from this valley up Near Point Mountain. I couldn't find it from down below, so I had to climb up to the ridge, taking up this particular route and then walking the ridge line over to Near Point Mountain. So this was actually the second time on this trip that I was not necessarily on the easiest route path, which is why I actually suggest that you climb Near Point first and then go down Long Lake Trail and head up over to Williwaw and then come back to Prospect. Where I'm standing here, you can just barely make out the trail that leads you down from the backside of Near Point down into the valley up towards Long Lake. This pretty much concludes the video footage that I have for this particular trip. Right here I am standing on a ridgeline behind Near Point Mountain at about mile 16, and down in the distance behind the mountain in the background looking towards Anchorage is the trailhead of Prospect Heights, which is pretty much concludes the trip at about 19 miles. So heading in a clockwise direction around this loop, I think is the more sensible way to do this. You can leave from Prospect Drive or you can leave from Basher Drive. The first thing you want to do really though is to climb Near Point first. Get that out of the way. That is a tall mountain. You don't need that at the end of your trail. And then for the rest of this, you're just simply going the Long Lakes Trail. You're going over the pass down to Williwaw Lakes, taking the Williwaw Lakes Trail back to the Middle Fork Trail, and from there back to Prospect. Okay, that's it. Happy trails, leave no trace, and be safe out there.